Hey you looking for a way to get rich fast? Well, you've come to the right place and you're in luck because this video is about Alright, the first thing you're going to want to do is find a penny on the ground because you know what? Congratulations, you're already richer than you were 5 seconds ago. And for this step, it doesn't really matter. You could just go outside, go to your local supermarket parking lot, go to the park, go to really anywhere outside. Step 2, open a lemonade stand. And I know it does seem pretty boring, but you have to bear through it. You're gonna do what you usually do when you open up the lemonade stand. You're gonna sell it. And if no one buys your lemonade, drink it. You know, hydration is priceless. And you're probably gonna be so thirsty from all the work you did in step 1. Alright, so now we're moving over to step 3, and step 3 is tell your grandma you're an entrepreneur. And after she hears this wonderful news, she's gonna go ahead and give you $20 or more. Okay, now step 4, you're gonna wanna invest with that money. Alright, what you're gonna wanna do, take $1, and after you take in that wonderful piece of paper, you're gonna wanna throw it into a wishing fountain. Boom, investment. I know you're only supposed to throw coins, but we're making paper. Alright, so now that you're done investing, what you're going to want to do next for step 5 is always wake up at 3:47 a.m. Every billionaire does this, trust me, it's just a thing. And what you're going to want to do with this is just stare out the window until someone spots you, like you're planning something mischievous. And then they're going to be like, oh, that guy, he's definitely plotting something really smart or mischievous. Alright, so the next step, which is step 6, is probably going to be the smartest one I've ever explained. Wear a suit. And I know you're behind that screen saying, oh my god, wait, you're actually smart. And you know, almost every businessman or someone successful always has a fancy piece of clothing on them, or just basically a suit. So you're going to want to put on the fanciest clothes you have. And what I mean by that is a suit. Alright, now listen, feel free if you want to quote this. If you look rich, your wallet will get confused and start acting rich. I mean, I think that might be the smartest thing I've said my whole entire life. Alright, for this next step, you're going to want to have to change your words that you use to form your sentences. And what I mean by that is start saying business words. Like, for example, revenue, stocks, assets, quarterly profits. And if no one knows what you're talking about, you're probably doing right. Because they'll just get confused and they'll be like, oh, this guy, he's using fancy words and words that I don't even know. So he's probably right, and I'm just going to assume that he's right. Step 8, buckle up for this one. Buy a notebook/journal. You see, successful people always have notebooks, but they call it journals for some reason when it's clearly just a notebook. And what you're going to want to do with your notebook or journal or whatever you want to call it, you're going to write ideas on the front and then never open it again. Because you see, when you're an entrepreneur or a successful businessman, you're always going to want a notebook to record all the good business you've done, future plans you have for yourself as a businessman, and good ideas. Alright, this video sponsor is nothing because we're on step 9. Make a pie chart. And to do this, you're going to want to open an editing app and make a colorful pie chart. Just don't put any numbers on it. When it only has colors on it, that's when it looks professional. Because if it has numbers on it, other businessmen are going to hold a secret businessman meeting behind your back and say, you heard about that one businessman that had numbers on his pie chart? What is he, an unprofessional little kid that just learned about pie charts? I mean, that'd be absolutely ridiculous if you had numbers on your pie chart. And for this video sponsor, we're...
Dude, you already made that joke.
Dude, shut up.
Stop before it gets old, bro.
Bro, you made that joke already.
Alright. For step 10, which sounds like the most important one, which really isn't in my opinion, manifest money.
Wow.
Stand in front of a mirror and say, I'm rich. Not just once. You have to repeat it over and over, louder and louder every time until your neighbor gets concerned. I mean, it sounds a tad bit crazy, but like I said in the beginning, you're gonna have to trust the process. Alright, so we're getting to the last 2 step, or like, I don't remember. Alright, step 11. You might see people do this in public, but once I tell you this, you're gonna be aware of what they're actually carrying. carry an empty briefcase. I mean, no one knows it's empty except for you. They'll assume that you're closing millions of dollars, but if you want to sound rich, like the whole point of this video, you're closing $1 million deals. Think about that. And yes, like I said in the start of this step, people in public that have briefcases or suitcases, yeah, guys, they're not carrying anything in that, so don't try to mug them because they don't have anything. Unless you want like a briefcase for like extra storage or some whatnot, I don't know. Or like you want to carry your stuff around, which is what a briefcase is for. Alright, step 12, which is the final step I'm going to be going over before I end the video. Alright, scratch everything I said before that was way important. This is the most important. Look, if you're still not rich, simply become rich. It's literally that easy. If this tutorial made you a billionaire, show some love, and if it didn't, you probably skipped both steps 7 and 8.